Hello, it's Peter from Whatculture here, and here is...
I'm going to say it,
Yep.
Ben from Whatculture.
I'm going to give you something.
What a dynamic.
I don't want... Yeah.
The fluid on-screen presenting ability.
Free-flowing.
Ben.
No, I'm free. Free-flowing.
Star Wars.
Star Wars is happening.
This is news you didn't want to do because you wanted to keep it a secret because you want to go in and enjoy the Star Wars film, and yet here you are, the resident Star Wars nerd.
Look, I deliver a lot of Star Wars news. I'm inevitably going to be delivering a lot more Star Wars news between now and December, and I am slightly concerned that by the time I go in and sit down in the cinema, I'm going to know what's going to happen in the entire film.
That is an unenviable position that you're in.
Especially if there's... I mean, it's alright with stuff that they release officially. It's the ghost of...
it's the light again.
It's a Force ghost.
Did that earlier.
If they release stuff officially, that's fine, because they kind of intend you to already know that going in, that's the point. But if there's a ground control to major leak of some ground control to major plot points, then I'm going to have a ground control to major problem with
Rubbish
that.
time, Ground control to major bad time.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
What's our news today, Peter?
Today... Well, are you aware that Entertainment Weekly have had a huge scoop?
A huge scoop.
Scoop.
No, I wasn't aware.
They've had so many deets. I don't know how they got in there with their
deep pockets, I think.
Yeah, very, very deep pockets. And in those deep pockets are all sorts of little
news nuggets.
News nugs.
Tasty, sustaining news nugs.
Would you like to have a run through of these?
Yeah, can I have one of your news nugs, please?
Number one, did you know that Luke thought Kylo was the chosen one?
What?
Even though his dad was the chosen one.
Right.
Anakin Skywalker.
And then he was the chosen one, kind of.
Well, see, this is the thing.
Right.
Some people think, oh no, it turned out that Luke was actually the chosen one.
Yeah.
Well, I think you'll find that Luke never actually slayed a Sith to bring balance to the Force.
Right.
Darth Vader threw the Emperor down a hole.
And he killed Count Dooku.
Well, yeah, he also killed Count Dooku, that's true. And he effectively killed himself by turning on the Emperor.
He did.
Because he knew that he would just get zapped. And when you're just a walking defibrillator, asthma machine,
a microwave,
you don't really want to be playing with lightning.
Right, so Luke genuinely thought in the new canon that Kylo Ren would be the chosen one.
Well, interestingly,
or the new chosen one.
Yeah, well,
have they discussed? Is there a definitive chosen one, or is it fluid in Star Wars?
To be fair, it's never been said that Vader was absolutely the chosen one.
You were supposed to be the chosen one.
I think George Lucas was once quoted as saying that he was, and once quoted saying that he probably was, or it was unsure.
Well done, George.
Yeah,
That's
thanks, Georgie.
Really good stuff, George.
But interestingly, the films are canon, of course.
Yes.
And I think the very latest, most up-to-date versions of the film are the canon, and therefore, Anakin Skywalker is a Hayden Christensen ghost, not a bald, no eyebrows man.
Welsh bodybuilder.
Yeah. So does that mean that Vader was never truly redeemed? So he was never light side by the end of his life, and therefore wasn't the chosen one?
Yeah.
Because that's the implication, is that, well, if he's gone back to his younger self as a ghost, that's like saying, well, that was the last light side version of him, and he never redeemed himself. So maybe he wasn't the chosen one.
Wow. That's deep stuff.
That is deep
stuff. We'll have to ask George, except George doesn't want to answer these questions anymore.
No,
he's not his toy anymore.
He went to see The Force Awakens and said it was like a
bad breakup.
Yeah, it was like going to your divorced wife's house or something.
Right.
So Luke thought Kylo was the chosen one, and the betrayal has shaken his connection to the Force.
Right.
So he's having.
Well, Obi-Wan managed to stick with it. You useless prick.
I know. I mean, Obi-Wan was a bit. He went a bit gaga, didn't he? Afterwards.
Yeah, but he's still very much a good man.
Oh, he was a good man.
He's
John
a
Goodman.
nice good man.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll see how that goes. I don't know.
Yeah,
maybe
we'll
that's got links with the. Serious about this. That might link with the sort of Grey Jedi. It's time for the Jedi to end thing.
Yeah.
If he's become disenfranchised. Finn.
Yeah.
Has become a legend after standing up to Kylo on Starkiller Base.
Oh.
Because he got his spine all burnt up.
Yeah.
And gammy.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Got to put a plaster on that.
He's become the hero of the day.
They love him.
They love him. Our new character, Rose. Don't know if you're aware of Rose.
Right. Is she the mechanic?
She's a mechanic, isn't she? She's something.
Possibly.
She's got like a sort of low-ranking position in the Resistance. She's not like an admiral or whatever.
Right.
But she seems
Janitor.
to be. Yeah, she's that kind of thing.
She's the toilet cleaner Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
what does toilet cleaner Rose have to say?
well, she particularly is a big fan of Finn. She's a big Finn fan.
Oh.
she's a Finny
Made a
fanny.
bit of a fiff-faff about her Finn fandom.
Yeah. Flynn flanning everywhere. And so she's well in for it,
Right.
because her home was destroyed by the First Order. So anyone who stood up to Kylo Ren is
It's like super sexy.
oh yeah, she's
Right, won all of that.
she's quivering at the very thought.
Yes.
But
we all?
he doesn't necessarily want the fame, and is actually actively trying to escape the war and the conflict, like he was basically at the very start.
He's just running.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a coward, really, isn't
well,
he?
kind of. He's a traitor and whatever else.
Wappity.
Woof, woof.
Yeah.
So is he kind of like the new Han Solo? Because at sort of the end of New Hope, start of Empire, Han was like, "Yeah, I'm off to pay my money now. See you later."
Yeah, I mean, he could be the new Han Solo in the sense that his arc is mirroring that, although we should never compare him to actual Han Solo.
Of course not.
He's not that.
No, he never will be.
No one
There is a
ever will
photo of him though that's been released where he's doing a very Han So pose. He's
Han
really
So pose.
Yeah,
Han Poslo.
Han pose low.
Right. Yeah, sort of. I mean,
But then Rey's flying the Falcon with Chewie, so there's no real Han Solo replacement, which is good. You don't want just a like for like character. So
that's true.
he's just lifting, just borrowing.
Yeah.
little aspects.
He's not Han Solo. He's just more Han Solo than most.
Yeah, right. I get that.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a photo of Chewie and a Porg inside the Falcon. Are you aware of the Porgs?
No.
No?
What is that?
It's like a little dog that can't breathe properly. You know, a Porg?
That's sad. Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've got breathing difficulties.
Yeah.
Honestly, quite cruel to own.
Don't
but there we go.
support the pug trade. No, a Porg is a little birdie sort of puppet thing that's basically just heavily merchandisable.
Okay.
And
Look, an action figure.
yeah,
Marp, 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 marp.
we can sell this.
Buy it, you idiot.
Yeah, give us your money. Yeah, it's a little.
What's it doing?
Well, it's apart from
It's just standing in the. What's it doing there, though, Peter? Why is he there?
being merchandisable.
Right, exactly. Why is he hanging from the windscreen?
Yeah, he's just
the
swinging.
interior mirror.
There's a lunchbox one in the corner and a poster and an action figure.
Yeah, just as you would expect.
They're inspired by the actual puffins that live on Skellig Michael in Ireland, where they filmed the. That wasn't meant to be an Irish accent. I just said it like that.
Right, okay.
Where they filmed Acto.
Sorry, people from Ireland.
Yeah. And it's just hanging out with Chewie, basically.
Right, just having a gay old time.
Yeah, just having fun. Incidentally, these are sort of avian-style creatures, and in the behind-the-scenes video that they released at D23 Expo,
Yeah.
there was a shot of Chewie with a feather in his mouth.
Oh no.
So I don't
I've
know
never
if he's,
thought of Chewie like a giant man dog before, but I suppose it's kind of true. Isn't it?
he is a man. That's what
He would chase and eat chickens. You know it.
He
Just
was
look at him.
George Lucas's actual dog. That's what he was inspired by. He was called
Really?
Indiana.
Oh, there we go.
So there you go. Two characters inspired by a dog.
A dog.
Two world famous characters.
For dog's sake.
For perfect. Ryan Johnson.
That's a cat.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Perfect. We're on fire.
Perfect.
Stop.
I don't have any more.
No. Good. Good.
Right.
Pug fact. Ryan Johnson
That's sad.
says, "We'll learn exactly as much about Snoke as we need to."
Right. Ryan Johnson, director.
Yeah. That's the voice of an angry man who's sick
As
of.
we need to. Stop asking me about Snoke.
I'm shocked. Just
Leave it out.
He references how much mystery surrounded Palpatine in the originals before the prequels actually explored his backstory.
Very true.
It's a very good point.
Who did Spooky Man? With eye holes.
Oh, that
Mouth.
one. Not that one. Do you know weren't they chimpanzee eyes that had been superimposed
I don't know.
onto a woman?
Awful.
It was a lady. She was like the wife or significant other of a member of the crew or like the production team, and then they put chimp's eyes on her eyes,
Oh, awful.
and then they replaced it.
There's the photo behind you.
Yeah. Ooh,
God,
look at that.
terrible.
So it's a good point. You know, Palpatine didn't even appear until the final episode in person,
Yeah.
and even then he was just creepums peepums, really.
Yeah, creepers,
Peepers. Where'd you get
Those
eyes? Yeah.
Yeah, chimpanzees.
Yeah, just had a cloak on and wanted to kill everyone.
So it's good that he remains a bit of a mystery man.
Yeah.
Snoke.
Does that even imply we're going to get prequels about Snoke?
Oh,
That's
God.
a massive
That
leap,
doesn't
isn't
make
it?
sense, does it? How can we have prequels for a film that are set? We've already had films from before. I don't know.
He does say he's watched the Empire rise and fall, so I think he might be pre-episode 1.
Oh, God.
I
We're
know.
going to get episode 0. Are we going to go minus?
Ah, no.
Or are they going to
no.
shift all the numbers
No.
by 3?
No. Stop it. The Praetorian Guards. Have you seen these guys?
What are these?
What are those? They're the red men. Do you remember the Imperial Royal Guards?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like that.
Okay.
But there's some new ones who are... They're either Kylo's or Snoke's guards. I think they might be Kylo peeps rather than Snoke peeps, but I don't know. Citation needed.
Right.
But they're slightly...
Fragment, consider revised.
Yeah, exactly. They're slightly more scary, and they look like samurais, basically.
Okay.
They've got big weapons with blades on and different shapes, like there's round ones and pokey ones and stabby ones.
They sound scary.
Yeah, they look kind of spookums, really.
Right.
And essentially, we've just been told that the reason they look like that, as compared to the Royal Guards from Episode 6, is that they're more combat ready and menacing. Which is true. You can't really move around when you... They were a bit Michael Keaton Batman, weren't they?
Yes, yeah, they were. Did we ever see them do combat, or did they just stand?
I don't think we did. I remember when Yoda walks into the Senate room in Episode 3, two of them are about to attack him, and he just goes, and they go.
Oh, we never got
wall.
to see what they could do. That was their moment.
Yeah,
I would deprive
and
of it.
Shut up. We know that The Force Awakens was basically a new hope, don't we?
Right.
Because of all the many
New Hope
comparisons.
2.
It was A New Hope 2.
Yeah.
An even newer hope. Johnson says
Hot
that
and fresh out of the kitchen.
oh my God. Do not talk about the sex cult man, please. Johnson says that he didn't intend to create an Empire homage in this case, but quote, Rey is off in a remote location with the Jedi Master, and the Resistance is in a tough spot. And we're intercutting these stories, because that's what happens in Empire.
Right, so there are definitely comparisons you can draw.
By its very nature, there are some structural parallels, but these are new characters and they're dealing with new things. And that ultimately is what defines the movie. So I think that it's going to be unique. That sounds quite defensive.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of people are accusing him of stuff.
They are.
I think a lot of people are now going to go in and see all of those comparisons and be like, I
I mean, what he's neglected to mention there are details that we already know without having even seen the film, which are there is a whole battle sequence featuring new AT-AT walkers, right, on a very flat white place.
Yes.
Right? There's also...
is this happening? Is this true?
Yeah. There are some new AT-AT walkers. So that's Hoth, right? Incidentally, the Rey off in a remote location with a Jedi Master, it's not just a remote location with a Jedi Master. If there were trees there, it would be Dagobah, because it's watery. It's very wet.
Okay. Right, so there are well, the thing is, I'm not too fussed by that.
No.
We've always got Rogue One and the other spin-off ones. If you want something that's unlike any Star Wars film, it's very different, just in the same universe, there are options out there. I don't think I think you should just be happy that you got it.
Do you know what? I admit that there were many parallels between Force Awakens and A New Hope, but I don't use that in a derogatory way. It's a great movie, and it's
Fun
a great
for
movie.
the whole family.
Yeah.
So there. Suck it up.
You Porgs, you bunch of Porgs.
You real porg holes.
You're a real shut your.
You got any more news for us from Entertainment Weekly?
That's it. Please,
that
please.
was a plethora.
Please don't leak anything. Please don't tell me anything I don't need to know,
Peter
because I will have to
know
deliver it on Whatculture News. So stick with Whatculture News to watch my illusion get slowly broken down over the next few months, and we'll bring you all the Star Wars knowledge.
Yeah, as much as we are physically capable of conveying to you, which is a lot. That was the news. We know it. And now, so do you.
So do you.
Wow, that was pretty good. Thanks, Peter.
Thanks, Ben.
Bye.
Bye.